years. But now, something incredible has been uncovered, something that has been hidden away beneath its flowing waters for countless generations. As the river dried up, it revealed a shocking secret that will leave people around the world on the edge of their seats. What could be lurking beneath the surface of the Jordan River, and what does it mean for the future of this iconic landmark? Let's take a look at it. It is unquestionably a victim of the conflict. According to Yana Abu Talib, the Jordanian head of EcoPeace Middle East, it's a victim of people, because it's basically what we did as people to the river, and now adding to all this, it's a victim of climate change. Kristen Burkhardt felt overwhelmed. She needed some time alone to think about what had just happened to her, to let it sink in that she had just submerged her feet in the water in the Jordan River, which is claimed to be the location where Jesus was baptized. The guest, who was 53 years old and from Indiana, described it as very profound. For one thing, I cannot say that I have ever walked in the footsteps of Jesus. Here, tourists and pilgrims, many of whom are motivated by their religion, come to walk in the footsteps of Christ, touch the water of the river, and connect to the events described in the Bible. For many people, both symbolically and spiritually, the river holds a great deal of importance. In its current state, the lower Jordan River is far less formidable than it formerly was, physically speaking. By the time it reaches the location of the baptism, the water has become sluggish and has taken on a color that is somewhere between brown and green. The Arab-Israeli conflict, which has been going on for decades, and the competition over access to precious water in a region where so much else is contested, are also factors that have contributed to its deterioration. For example, during the conflict between Israel and Jordan, a portion of the river served as a hostile border between the two countries. Additionally, the canal divides Jordan to the east from the West Bank to the west. There is no question that it has been affected by the fighting. According to Yana Abu Talib, the Jordanian director of EcoPeace Middle East, which brings together Jordanian, Palestinian, and Israeli environmentalists and lobbies for the purpose of regional collaboration on saving the river, it's a victim of people because it's what we did as people to the river, basically, and now adding to all this, it's a victim of climate change. The river is a victim of both people and climate change. As a result, it seems to be a victim in every respect. Since its inception, EcoPeace has maintained that the lower Jordan, which begins at the Sea of Galilee and continues southward, is in danger as a result of decades of water diversion and pollution. Only a minuscule portion of the water that once flowed into the Dead Sea now makes it all the way to its destination. Burkhardt struggled with a variety of feelings as he stood at the Jordanian baptismal site of Bethany beyond the Jordan. Among these feelings was a sense of melancholy due to the diminishing size of the river. I am certain that God in the heavens is also miserable. Because of the river's ongoing appeal, both of its sides are home to competing baptismal sites where religious rites take place. This is a reflection of the river's attractiveness. In the Old Testament, the river served as a setting for a number of miraculous events, giving it additional significance. On a recent day found a woman on the Jordanian baptismal site soaking her feet in the waters, after which she cupped some of the liquid in her palms and rubbed it all over her body, including her face and her hair. Others bent over to fill bottles or cross their arms over their chests. Rustam Mikjian, Director General of the Baptism Site Commission in Jordan, spoke passionately about the Jordanian site's claim to authenticity. UNESCO has declared it a World Heritage Site, stating that it is of immense religious significance to the majority of denominations of the Christian faith, who have accepted this site as the location where Jesus was baptized. Every year we celebrate interfaith harmony, and among the days that stand out as some of the happiest in my life are the days when I see Jews, Christians, and Muslims visit the site, and all three of them cry, Mikjian explained. Both the Jordanian and West Bank sites provide tourists access to a confined section of the river, which they can interact directly with residents living on the other bank. There is a reminder of the river's role as a boundary between the two worlds in the form of an Israeli flag that is flown at Qasr al-Yahud, which is located in the West Bank. This location is also claimed to be the spot where Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist. Jordan and Israel, two countries that had peace treaties signed between them in 1994, compete with one another for the tourists' money. From the West Bank, a number of individuals dressed in billowing white robes entered the water. Another group of people who were there watched as two men dressed in black threw river water over their heads while they stood on the bank or in the water. Oh, brothers, let's head to the bottom. Some people sang while they were kneeling or praying in the water. These moments of peace and tranquility are in stark contrast to the conflict that has been taking place on the river's banks. Any fresh water left in the river would have been seen in the past as empowering the enemy, said Gidon Bromberg, an Israeli director of the EcoPeace Middle East Group. Any fresh water left in the river, you are to take everything that you possibly can. According to Bromberg, from a historical point of view, Israel has taken approximately half of the water, and Syria and Jordan have taken the other half. According to a report that was compiled by the UN and Germany in 2013, Palestinians no longer